Well, while restrictions and lockdowns may feel like a thing of the past, tourism still hasn't quite made a full recovery.
But even as the number of globetrotters slowly increases to pre-pandemic levels, the future of travel will look different as our habits have well and truly changed. And here to break it all down for us, welcome futurist and author Michael McQueen.
Hi, Michael.
Good morning.
Hi, Michael. So gone are the days of unplugging on holidays. Tell us about the philosophy behind this.
Yeah, so you used to go camping, for instance. That was to get off the grid, to switch off, to be in nature. That's changed. So 8 out of 10 campsites now have Wi-Fi for guests because the guests are demanding it. So 40% of people say they won't camp somewhere if there's not Wi-Fi available. That's 65% if you go to the younger generation. And it's not just about Netflix and social media. They're working while they're camping. So quiet vacationing is the term. So going somewhere luxurious and idyllic to do work, to jump on work calls. So you need Wi-Fi to do that.
And it's almost like if you can't beat them, join them. So these, all these holiday the people providing the accommodation have had to get on board.
Correct.
Short-term rental sites like Airbnb have stepped up their competition with hotels. What are they doing?
So post-pandemic, the boom for Airbnb was massive. So social distancing meant I want a house that's just my own if I'm going to start travelling again. The tide has turned, though. People are now going back to traditional mainstream hotels for all sorts of reasons. Partly prices have got more expensive at Airbnb. If you've stayed in one recently, the list of chores you've got to do before you check out, people are just getting fed up with that. So they're going back to hotels. So now Airbnb are trying to get aggressive going for that market again. So they're offering things like massages or spa services that can come to the property for you, more frequent cleanings, just trying to replicate a hotel experience in an Airbnb.
So the homeowner will come down and give you a massage while you're at the Airbnb. That's all.
Not awkward at all.
I'd be wanting a discount if I was
You would, wouldn't you? International travel. So if you've had a gutful of the long-haul flight between, say, Sydney and London, you've got a way of shortening it for us, Michael.
Yeah, so we've heard a bit about supersonic travel over the last few years. So this is like picking up where the Concorde left off. So these are planes that travel at 2 times the speed of sound. So Boom is the one to watch. So Boom have developed these jets that can travel at 2 times the speed of sound. They've done partnerships with American Airlines and United Airlines. So we'll see these become a thing relatively soon. But even still with like supersonic planes, that's 8 hours from here to LA or here to London. If you want to get closer to the 2-hour projection, you need to get a hypersonic plane. So hypersonic is different, 5 times the speed of sound. And there's a couple of companies, in fact, Hypersonics with an X is one of the companies based here in Australia who is leading this sort of stuff. And the UK aviation regulator said this should be a thing by the end of the decade.
And for the bargain...
End of the decade?
I know, I thought, are you serious? So we're going to see the first prototypes of these sorts of... And they fly in low Earth orbit, so they're much faster because they're not going at the same height as normal jets.
Can I just suggest that the airline rethink its name of Boom? I'm not sure I'm loving Boom.
Not happy with that?
No, not really.
You're right. You could tweak it a little, actually.
Yeah. What about robo-taxis?
Yeah, so we've talked a bit about this in the past. So self-driving cars, these ride-sharing services. So Shanghai have just announced a really big trial of this stuff, which is big because the Chinese have sort of dragged their heels with some of this technology because they are late to the party. In fact, there are 5 or 6 cities now in the US where you can go in a fully driverless robo-taxi. I had the chance to try one recently in Phoenix and it was fascinating. So you just book it in the app.
What was it like?
Like within about 40 seconds, it felt incredibly natural and normal. I thought I'd be quite nervous holding on tight, white knuckle type vibe. Not at all. And so it was interesting too. So if you look at one of the big players in the US called Cruise, owned by GM, right now, and I saw these recently, they're developing prototype vehicles with no steering wheels and no brake pedals, just to be used as robo-taxis, so specially designed vehicles. So we'll see a lot of this. Anyone who's travelling to, Miami, Austin, Texas, LA, San Francisco, you'll see these on the roads in the next few months and give them a try.
And before we let you go, this is an interesting one for burnt-out parents. Germany's changing the game. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so the Germans have got a long history of seeing holidays as sort of therapeutic or medicinal, not just for fun. Something that's happening at the moment, if you're a parent and you rock up to your local GP and complain of anxiety, stress, insomnia, one of the prescriptions you can now get is a holiday. And if it's doctor prescribed, your health fund will help pay for the holiday. How good is that? Okay. And so, this also feeds into another trend called sleep tourism. So these are now hotels and tourist experiences just designed to help you get the best night's sleep you've ever had. Targeted, I suspect, mainly at parents with young kids.
Can you see that ever coming to Australia?
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, the health funds would have to get on board, and I can't see that happening. Yeah. Thank you.
That was great, Michael.
As always, Michael. To learn more about what the future will hold, check out Michael's latest book. It's called Mindstuck, and it is out now.